Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers 2024 regular season prediction. Well, this week, this Tuesday, will start the 2024 NFL regular season where we play the reigning champion team, the Kansas City Chiefs, against the Baltimore Ravens, and in the next Sunday, the rest of the teams and the Steelers will start the season. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers regular season games, and I'm going to give my prediction about the record that the Steelers are going to have, in my opinion. So let's start first. Well, remember that the last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2023 NFL regular season, they finished with a record of 10-7, and they finished as a third set in the AFC North, and they were the seventh set on AFC, and for that reason they qualified to the playoff, where they to the playoffs, where they qualified to the Wildcard run, where they lost 31-17 against the Buffalo Bills. About the regular season, the Steelers really, it was a very weird situation because they started very well, bad the season, and in the first months, especially in October, November, the Steelers were out of the playoffs, and in December, because they closed very great the season, because they won for consecutive games, and they qualified. Also remember that they qualified because remember that Joe Burrow was injured in the week 7 or 10, and they took advantage of that, the Steelers, and because in the last game the Ravens had won the AFC North, and they got the first set, and for that reason in the last game the Ravens played with bench players, and the Steelers took advantage of that, and they qualify as a seventh set. And remember that there was some polemic because the last year, the season, the Steelers have some problem in the quarterback in the quarterback position, because play through three quarterbacks. The first one was Pickett. That, to be honest, he made a very bad performance. Remember that he was injured and he was out. Later play starter Trubisky, that also he did a very bad job. And the last one was Rudolph, that he did a very great job, and he led the team to qualify to the playoffs. But unfortunately, in the playoffs, the Steelers couldn't defeat the Bills. And in that moment, they finished in the second set. They had an easy game, to be honest. The Steelers couldn't compete against the Bills, and they won it 31-17. I remember that this game was programmed to be playing January 13 of this year, but because it was a snow tour, they decided to move the game to to the Monday, where this game was played in Monday. So let's talk about well. And remember that the deep chart, I talk about I talk more about that the last week, where I talk about the 53 man roster for the Steelers this season. I told you that if we compare this roster for the last year, there was 22 new players, especially in the quarterback department, where we have the three new players, and Russell Wilson, that is going to be the starting quarterback. The backup will be Justin Fields and Kylie Allen. So practically in the offense is where we have more change. The starting running back is Najee Harris. That the most probably this will be his last year playing with the Steelers. And in the best player, in my opinion, in the offense is George Pickens. Let's see that the Russell Wilson can use a lot him. And something important is that the Steelers contract was seeing a lot of offensive linemen. So let's hope that the Steelers can establish the running game, and to try to open the defenses, and to start to attacking with the passing game. And in the defense side, remember that the best unity in the Steelers are the linebackers, because we have the best player with the new addition, the Patrick Quinn, that he come from Ravens, Alex Highsmith, that he's the captain in the defense, and TJ Watt, that is our star, and he's the best player in the team, Peyton Williams, that was selected this year. So I think this is a best unity. And the best player in the defense back in Minka Fitzpatrick, how I told you, and I've been saying this, that Minka Fitzpatrick needs to come back to play as a free safety, because he's where he played his best football level. But in the last season he started as a strong safety, and he's playing very well in that situation, because he's underside and he's underway in the situation, and he's better in the passing game, especially as a free safety. Let's see that in this season the Minka Fitzpatrick can be used as a free safety, and the best cornerback in this moment is Joe Porter Jr., that he played a very great football in the last season, even that he wasn't the starting cornerback, but he did a very great job. And the kicker, that Chris Ball, is one of the best kickers in this moment in the NFL, and he makes a very great job. So let's start with the preseason. In the preseason, the Steelers didn't play a very great preseason, because they lost the 3 games. They lost against the Texas 2012, they lost against the Bills 93, and they lost against the Lions 24-17. Of course, this doesn't supposed to assume anything, because remember, in the last preseason, the last year, the Steelers won the 3 games and they had some problem. But what I am very concerned is that in this preseason, the offensive game didn't explode, or didn't play a very great game with neither Justin Fields nor Russell Wilson. But let's hope that since this Sunday, the Steelers can play a very great football in the offense side. So let's start with the prediction about this season. In September, the Steelers will play 4 games. The first game will be this next Sunday, where the Steelers will visit Falcons and Atlanta, and in the week 1 and 30 o'clock Eastern time. The second one will be in 2 weeks, in the week 2, Broncos against Steelers, Broncos against Steelers and Denver, and 25 Eastern time, the third game. The week 3, the Steelers will play his first game as a home team, where the Steelers will receive the Chargers, and 30 o'clock Eastern time. Then September 22, 32nd, and the last game of September, the Steelers will travel to Indianapolis, where they will play against Colts, and September 29th. About this game, I think that in September, the Steelers are going to have a tremendous performance, where I think that the Steelers will win 3 games, and they will lose just 1 game. I think that in the first game, the Steelers are going to win it. The second game, I think that the Steelers are going to lose against Broncos, because it's always difficult to go to play on Denver in the high altitude. In the third game, I think the Steelers are going to win this game, the first game in home against the Chargers, and the Steelers and the Steelers will lose against the Colts. So sorry, I think that in the September, the Steelers will have a record of 2-2, and in October the Steelers will play 4 games. The first game will be where the Steelers in the week 5, where the Steelers will receive the Cowboys Classic on Pittsburgh, and October 6th, this will be a Sunday night game. The week 6, the Steelers will travel to Las Vegas, where they will play against the Raiders on October 13th. And the third game, the Steelers will receive the New York Jets and Pittsburgh, and on October 10th, and the last game of October, this will be the game of the week 8. The Steelers will receive the Giants on October 28th. About this game, I think that the Steelers will defeat the Cowboys. They will win the 4 games in October. They will defeat the Cowboys. They will defeat the Raiders, the Jets, and the Giants. And I think that in the beginning, and after that, the Steelers will buy in the first week of November. So I think that in the bye week, in the week 9, the Steelers will have a record of 6 to, let me see, 1, A1. I think that the Steelers will have a record A1. But in November is when the Steelers but in my opinion, November, December, and January is when the Steelers will gonna to have a complicated schedule, because it's where the Steelers will play against the best team in the league. After the week 9 bye, where the Steelers will have a bye. In the week 10, the Steelers will travel to Washington DC, where they will play against the Commanders on November 10. In the second game on November will be the Steelers will receive the Ravens, and the third game on November will play against the Browns. They will travel to Cleveland in a Thursday night game in November 21st, and the last game of October, on November, this three games will be on October, where the Steelers will play four consecutive divisional games, where I think that the Steelers won't have any problem. They will have an easy game against Commanders. They will defeat the Ravens, because there is always the Ravens most of the time have better team than the Steelers, but always when the Ravens play against the Steelers, the Ravens always lose, especially in Pittsburgh. I think that the Steelers will lose against the Browns. And December is where will be the toughest games for the Steelers, where the Steelers will play against the Bengals, Browns again, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. So this will be a very complicated situation, where in December we'll play in December 1st against the Bengals, where they will travel to Cincinnati. The later they will receive the Browns, and December 8 in the week 14. In the week 15, the Lakers will travel to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Classic, and December 15. In the December 21st, this game against the Eagles will be played on Saturday. In the week 16, the Steelers will travel to Baltimore, and they will close the December game against the reigning champion team, the Chiefs, where they will receive them in the Christmas game. To be honest, I think that the Steelers are gonna to lose the three games on December, because they have because they will play against the top teams. They will lose against Eagles, against the Ravens, and against the Chiefs. And in January, the Steelers will receive the Bengals, the only game on January of the regular season, where they will play in the January 5th. They will receive the Bengals. I think that the Steelers are going to lose that game. So, in my opinion, I think that the Steelers are going to finish with a record of 10-7. I think that the Steelers, with this record, they are going to fight to enter to the playoffs. But in my opinion, I think that the Steelers are going to be eliminated, because I think that they're going to be finished in the third or fourth position in the AFC North, because in this moment, in my opinion, I think that the Ravens, the Bengals, and even the Browns have better talent and better team than the Steelers. And I think that in this time, I think that the Steelers are going to make the playoffs, or maybe they have chances to enter to the playoffs with this prediction. But let's see what happens. So, in my opinion, the Steelers are going to finish with a record of 10-7. So, in this video, I talk about the Steelers last season, where they finished with a regular season 10-7. They finished in the 7th set on AFC, but they lost in the AFC Wildcard run against the Bills, 17-31. They were eliminated. I talk about the 2024 deep share, the preseason game where the Steelers were winless, and my prediction about this new season, where I think that the Steelers are going to have a complicated schedule, especially on December, and I think that the Steelers are going to finish with a record of 10-7, and the most probably is the Steelers are going to qualify, but let's see. So this is all for today. See you next video. Gibra.